So whether you're relocating here from out of state or making Florida your new home, there's a few state-specific rules and regulations and legal quirks that you want to know, especially before you sign a lease, buy a home, or register your car. So today in this video, I'm breaking down the most important Florida laws that every new resident here needs to know, and I'm breaking down things like property taxes, HOAs, and oh yes, even the Florida man myth. So let's dive in. Number one is Florida is a homestead state. One of the most powerful laws here for homeowners is the homestead exemption. And what that's gonna do for you are the following. If you make Florida your primary residence, you can apply for the homestead exemption. That will allow you to get property tax reductions on your home of up to $50,000. It'll also put a cap on your tax increases of only 3% per year. And it also gives you asset protection, which is helpful as well. Bottom line, it's a huge financial benefit to be able to apply for something like this homestead exemption here in Florida. So when you do get here, make sure you get that signed up for when you do purchase your home here. And number two is no state income tax, but that doesn't mean no taxes. You still have things like sales taxes about 6% to about 7.2%. Property taxes though are lower than the national average, so that'll give you a benefit. But insurance can be shockingly high here, so be on the lookout for that based on your home's age, and there's a lot of different factors that will make a huge variable as far as how much insurance is. But just so you know, in Florida, insurance is a little bit high just because of our access to water here. So if you're moving from a state like California or New York, you're gonna love our no income taxes that we have here in Florida. It's a great benefit and a great value for you. Number three is HOA laws and deed restrictions. Here in this area, there's a lot of communities and subdivisions that are built with an HOA that you pay a fee for, but it also comes with rules. Some people like that. Some people want to avoid an HOA, but a little bit about HOAs. HOAs in Florida have the power to fine you, so they can actually fine you for things that you do incorrect. A lot of times it's parking in the street, parking in the road, not mowing your grass to the right height type of thing. Some communities have deed restrictions that also only allow you to use a certain amount of paint colors for your home on the exterior, so that nothing is too crazy and the neighborhood looks a little bit more formal. State law requires HOA to be very transparent, so when you are buying a home, you'll sign a HOA form that states that you are moving into an HOA and you're going to abide by those rules. And so that's one thing you're going to look out for when you are buying a home. But bottom line is always review the HOA docs, because you're going to want to look at those just so you know exactly what you're getting into, because if you do have a really large boat, you're hoping to park there but find out later that you can't, you don't want that surprise. So read those documents and make sure you know what you're getting into when you buy a home here in a subdivision with an HOA. And number four, this was a surprise to us a few years ago, but in Florida a lot of times people are using an as-is contract when purchasing a home, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's as is and you can't have any inspections. No, we recommend that you do inspections. Usually that window is about 7 to 15 days. And what happens if you do find something in the inspection that's a little iffy that you were not expecting, you can always go back at that point and renegotiate, ask for the repair, but it isn't a dedicated amount of money that they're going to spend to fix a home with it being as is. So it would be more of a request type of thing, is would you be willing to fix this for us? And a lot of times the answer is yes, if they want that deal to go through, or maybe make a price adjustment for that home to make sense. Anyway, bottom line is always look for potential repairs, have a budget ready to go for that, and work with a realtor that knows the ins and outs of Florida, know what to look for, and maybe some hidden things that you might not even see in an inspection. Number five is gun laws and self-defense. Here in Florida, you know, anything goes, it seems like, but with gun laws, we do have that here in Florida. That might be a little bit different than where you're at. So Florida has a stand your ground law and is considered gun friendly. As of 2023, Florida allows permitless gun conceal and carry for those that are 21 and older. However, private property owners can ban the use of firearms at their facilities. So if you're coming from a state with stricter laws, that's something you're gonna want to be aware of. And just a quick disclaimer, this is not legal advice. I'm not doing that, but just something for you to look into, do a little research on, and know what the rules and regulations are for that. So number 6, here's a few weird and kind of unique laws that we have here that you want to be aware of. Is in your first 10 days of residency here, you have 10 days to get your vehicle registered. So that's pretty much right away. So once you get your home purchased, you're here, go over to the DMV, go ahead and get all of that set up. Florida has an open record law where you're actually able to see open records on home history. So you can actually go look at every single property that's sold, how much it's sold for, some of the tax information about that home. So that's a little bit different than other states. So because everything's so new, I wanted to give you a quick checklist and a rundown of the things that you need to know before moving here and as soon as you make the move here. So number 1 is file for your homestead exemption right away. Make sure you do that. Number 2 is register your vehicle and driver's license info. You have that short window of time, so do that. Number 3, update your voter registration. You want to be able to vote, so make sure you update that right away. Number 4 is learn about the insurance requirements that we have here in Florida. So make sure you know those. So here in Florida, you have the best of both worlds, sunshine and savings. So if you are looking to move to this area, definitely hit me up. I'd love the chance to talk with you, talk through some of these details. Hopefully this video is helpful for you, just to kind of talk about some of the unique laws that we have here in Florida. But if you're home hunting, reach out. My info is all below in the description box. I'd love to hear from you. Figure out your timeline of when you're hoping to get here to Florida. Maybe we can meet, go grab coffee. But my goal is to get on a Zoom call with you so I can meet you face to face and know exactly what you're looking for here at the Emerald Coast. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel because that's super fun. I can track, see who's following along and see who the subscribers are. I think we're already over 250, which is pretty good for this small little Emerald Coast channel down here. So like and subscribe, follow along, and I'm gonna find the perfect spot for you here at the Emerald Coast. I hope you have a good one. See you next time.